guys, today I want to talk to you about 5 tips to help you create content that stops the scroll and speaks to the heart of your ideal clients. So firstly, I highly suggest that you incorporate stories into your content. Humans love story. When we hear a story that resonates with us, our levels of a hormone called oxytocin increase. Oxytocin is a feel-good hormone. It boosts our feelings of things like trust, compassion, and empathy. It motivates us to work with others and positively influences our social behavior. And yes, you are right. I just read that off of Google, but it really makes sense to me, and I have seen this in action time and time again. However, different from what you learned in school, I'd actually like you to practice putting the juiciest part of the story at the top. You have 10 seconds to grab attention. So that first line of your caption must stop someone's scroll. I call that the headline, and it's usually the climax of the story you're telling. Maybe it's the lesson you learned or a difficult decision you had to make. Whatever it is, it should be the part of the story that will grab readers and make them want to know how you got to that point so that they're compelled to know more. Number two. Our goal in creating content is to get feedback from our ideal clients that say, wow, I feel like you're speaking directly to me. One easy tip to help with this is to speak to one person and not all people. Say things like you instead of you guys. Another tip that to easily implement this is to imagine the person you're talking to as you're writing captions. So really think of that one person you're helping instead of a group of people. This will also make sure that you're getting specific. And next, make sure that the story is not entirely about you. You are not the hero of this story. Your experience might have inspired the story, but it's actually about the reader. Your reader must see themselves in your content or it's not working for you and your business. So ask yourself when you're writing a caption, what's in this story for my reader? What's in the story for my insert name of ideal client? Maybe it's a lesson that you're imparting, or maybe it's something like, so if you're feeling like there's no way in hell you'll be able to build a multiple 6-figure business, trust me, I get it. But I'm also here to tell you it's not true. I didn't go to college. I didn't have a wealthy family. I didn't have a network. I just had work ethic and an Instagram account and a hunger to learn. If I can do it, so can you. Do you see how I did it there? I mean, you didn't hear my story, but I made the parting words, the second half of my caption about the person reading it. Because when people read your content, they're not just reading it to learn more about you. I mean, that's part of it. But they're also wondering how you accomplish something and if they can do it too. At the end of the day, that's really what we want them to get away from our content. We want them to be able to see what is possible through our storytelling. Number 3, speak their language, and I mean that literally. Here's how to do that. Find people who have already built what you're looking to build. So for example, if I was trying to build like a 7-figure social media empire, I'm going to be looking for other influencers on social media who have already done that. First, it's really good advice to study what they're doing and what's working so you can make your own version of that. Again, I didn't say copy what they're doing, but let it inspire ways that you can emulate that on your own feed. But secondly, and most importantly, look at their comment box. Notice I did not say the caption they're writing. I mean their comment box. In other words, where the people who are reading their captions are commenting. Take the top 5 pain points and top 5 questions that you see in the comment box and craft content that speaks directly to those pain points that the readers of that content are expressing in the comment box. Make sure you're also studying the language people use so you can mirror it back to them in your copy. For example, I actually did this when I named my subscription What the Heck to Post. For those of you who don't know, I have a content subscription where I share 5 content prompts a week to help you design strategic content that helps you to leverage the algorithm every single week. Now, I call it What the Heck to Post because that's what people kept saying to me whenever they were emailing me. I would ask, what's your biggest frustration when it comes to social media? And they would say things like, gosh, Sophia, I just don't know what the heck to post. So, of course, when I designed a subscription, to offer weekly content, I called it What the Heck to Post. I could have called it weekly content, and that would have probably been totally fine. But because I used language that I was hearing again and again, I consistently get emails from people that say things like, I feel like this was made for me. And why do they think that? Because it was, and because I'm using the language that they speak. So it is instantly familiar to them, and it speaks to their heart and what they feel they need on an emotional level. Similarly, people don't say things like, gosh, I wish I could lose weight. They say things like, I just wish I could fit into my skinny jeans again. People also don't say things like, gosh, I wish I could be healthy. They say things like, I wish I could have energy to play with my kids again. I wish I could run up the stairs and not feel like I'm going to faint again. So listen to your customers and do not paraphrase. Take notes during sales calls, take copy out of their emails, etc. And if you're not doing a lot of sales calls or emails, read the comments on social media pages of people who are further ahead of you. Study their language and the stories that they're telling so that you can speak directly to them. And I promise you, you will get some incredible feedback from your own community. Number 4, make sure the pain point is relevant. Use YouTube to confirm that people are actually looking for solutions to the pain points that you're speaking to. If your topic isn't being searched for, or if people aren't looking for answers around this, you have to have a serious investigation inward with regards to how to package this so it speaks to a need, or if it's the right time for this. The truth of the matter is, the market has to win if you're trying to monetize your content. So use a resource like YouTube or BuzzSumo to gather this information and to really do your market research. And number 5, and this is something I say all the time, and this is my favorite quote from Dallas Travers, don't get it perfect, get it going. You have to post things to get feedback. So do not stress over getting every piece of content absolutely perfect. You must measure how a post does to know if it's working for you. So just post, just get messy, and understand there is no failing when it comes to content. There's just feedback. So put stuff out there and measure results. That's really the best way to figure out how to speak to the heart of your ideal client. Okay. Was this helpful for you? I'd really love it if you commented what your biggest takeaway was. It really is gold to me to really understand what speaks to you and how I can create more content that truly serves you, which is ultimately my mission with all of my social media presence. So thank you so much for listening, and also for leaving a comment to let me know what was your biggest takeaway, and or if there's if you have a special request for something, for a training for me to do in the future. Thank you guys. I'm so happy you're here. Bye.